All right, what's up, guys? My name's Michael Gallulo. You're watching Footballer's Advice. And today, as you can tell, I'm making a video on my car. And I'm actually on my way to Indianapolis to Louisville. And I'm going to watch the Louisville City FC take on the Rochester Rhinos in a second round USL playoff game. The reason why I wanted to make this video was because it kind of ties back to my other video, which I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. And the video is how you can connect with professional players, agents, scouts through social media. And the same is true with this video here. What I'm going to try to do is not only go to the game and watch and learn and try to improve as a player by watching tactically how players move and things like that. What I'm actually trying to do as well is maybe speak with someone after the game. And how this ties into my previous video is that before this game, I decided to go on the team's roster and just look up the guys and send some of the players a message through Facebook and Instagram. And I feel like as a player who is kind of like on the outside looking in and you want to be in their shoes, this is another great opportunity for you to try and gain some contacts. With a lot of these guys who are in the USL, NASL, there's a lot of guys who are young. And, when you're young, you like to use social media. With some of the older guys, it can be hard maybe to connect with them because they have a family, they have other things that they're taking care of, and they're not always on their phone, or they're not always sometimes they don't even have a social media account. So with some of the younger guys, it's actually easier to connect with them. Guys that are anywhere from we'll say 21 out of college until, even sometimes 28. If you send guys a message through social media, I think you have a better chance of actually reaching out to them and them actually receiving your message, where they can respond and say, hey, saw your message, and look forward to speaking with you after the game. I know that's something I did. So what I would do as a player, if you were going to attend a game, go ahead and look up some of the guys on the roster and just see okay, maybe you can find their Facebook page, or maybe you can find their Instagram page. And what I would just do is send them a message. It's really simple like that, man. I did that today, and I got a couple responses from players. So if they don't speak with me, that's okay. I mean, at least you tried. But let's say after the game, they stick around, and wherever they go into the tunnel, I would wait there after the game as a player. And then if you can wave or something and kind of track them down, call their name out, and just introduce yourself. In the message, what you want to write is just kind of just saying, hey, such and such player, my name is Michael Gallulo. Here's a little background about myself. I'm coming down to your game today. If you have a couple minutes after the game, I'd love to talk with you. A lot of the guys, man, when you think about it too, wherever they're from, the team that they're playing for, they don't maybe have a whole lot of friends, whole lot of family. So by you reaching out and by just you taking the time to speak with them, I think some of the players really appreciate that too, because it's a new face, it's someone to talk to, and it's something that I found that's actually worked. So this is a vlog style video as well, so I'm going to take you guys, show you guys a little bit of the stadium, things like that, show you guys, get some video clips from the game, and just kind of show you guys what you can do. If you have the opportunity, like I said, it's so easy to connect with these players through social media. Anyone for that matter. I mean, whether it be a professional coach, a player, a scout, things like that. So what you can also do too, it doesn't really hurt. If you want to send the coach a message, either calling or email saying, hey, I'm going to be at your game. If you have a couple moments after the game, could you also speak with me? I've done that in the past too, and sometimes coaches respond and they're like, hey, yeah, I'd love to talk with you after the game real quick. I mean, you're right there. For me, Louisville is 2 hours away, so why wouldn't you take the opportunity to go down, you catch a game? So even if all else fails, if you don't get to speak with anyone, you got to see what a professional game was like. Mentally, you should be taking notes on tactically. Look at a guy that's playing in your position. See what he's doing and what maybe you can improve on to get to that level. So with that being said, you already were able to benefit in some way by attending the game. And then the icing on top, if you will, is being able to speak with someone, meeting someone. You also don't know who's in the stands. By going to these things, by introducing yourself, just getting yourself out there, if you can do that, you never know who you're going to run into. You know, a funny story for you guys actually about running into someone in the stands. Indy 11 is also in my backyard. And, you know, I went to a game and me and my friends sat on the opposite side that we were supposed to just because it was more convenient. Next thing you know, we sit down and there's another coach that sits down. We didn't know he was a coach at the time. It turns out that he was the head coach of Miami FC, who is also Alessandro Nesta, who played for Italy for their national team. He won a World Cup. He also was playing in Serie A in Italy. So, I mean, it's crazy. I'll actually show you guys the photo that I have with him. So you never know who you're going to run into. Like I said, this is the beautiful thing about life. This is the beautiful thing about soccer, is that you literally can run into anyone at any moment. So take those opportunities. Never think that there's never an opportunity for you. There's always some sort of opportunity. Just have an open mind and network. This is a networking opportunity. So that's how you need to go about it. So I'll show you guys the game and the stadium when I get in there. Otherwise, let's see what happens.
Fans, this season, WDRB is Louisville City FC's official broadcast partner, helping bring all 32 games during the USL season to live TV.
Alright guys, so I'm actually back home now. I was going to record the second part of this video in the car. However, it was dark outside and the lighting from my car wasn't the greatest, so I decided to wait. But overall, the game ended up 1-0. Louisville did beat the Rochester Rhinos. But credit to Louisville though, it was a really nice goal. A little chip over the keeper as the keeper was coming out. So a really nice goal. But overall though, learning as a player and as a fan, it was really nice. I don't know if you could tell though, but from the game video, I was sitting on the second level. So there's that ground level and then you have the second level, which is elevated. Personally, I like that a lot because you can see how plays are developing. You can see, you know, each formation within the team, how players are moving in relation to different space that's available. Even though the ground level is still nice, I mean, if you can get close to the field, you can see how quick the speed of play is, how fast players need to make decisions. So both are nice, you know, but personally, like I said, I like that second level that's elevated. But overall, talking to the players was a success as well. I was able to talk to two players, one from Louisville and then one from Rochester. You know, it was actually really nice how it ended up happening because the Louisville team, after the game, they went straight into the tunnel. But then the Rochester team, you know, was kind of huddled up. Obviously, they had a talk after, and then they eventually came in. So it was really nice. Like I said, I was able to catch both. Sometimes it's hard. Both teams come in, they're mixed, and then they just go into the tunnel. But how it all worked out was really nice. In terms of conversation, I mean, it only 2-3 minutes most maybe is how long I was talking to each player. You know, really all you want to do is just introduce yourself. Hey, I'm Michael Gallulo. I was the one who sent you the message. Nice to see you. Things like that. You know, also maybe compliment them if they had a good game. But really, you don't want to ask too many important questions that you have. This is really just a way for you to establish some sort of relationship with them. The fact that, you know, they're able to see you, meet you in person, shake your hand, that's actually really nice, because then when you go back and you want to send them another message and maybe you ask for a little bit more information about whatever topic you want to ask them about, they're more willing and maybe more inclined to answer and respond because they've already established a little bit more of a relationship. You know, to do that through a message without maybe meeting someone, maybe they won't respond. even though that's kind of what you did for the first message. However, it's a little bit different because you're just saying, hey, I'm a fan, I'm a player, I'm going to be attending your game. Do you just have a couple minutes? But either way, like I said, really good experience. The extra benefit, if you can, like I said, if you can talk to the coach afterwards, that's always a great thing. Introduce yourself. But like I said, overall it was a success. I was able to watch a really good game. I was able to talk to 2 players, and you're expanding your network, and you're expanding the amount of people that you can reach out to and just gain information on what you can do. So then later, like I said, if you want to ask that player for any references in terms of an agent, in terms of a scout that you can talk with, or a coach that he may know needs a player, then you're right there. So like I said, guys, take advantage of the opportunities that you have around you. Even though sometimes it seems like there may be no opportunity, there definitely is. Just find that opportunity. So anyway, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.